Good morning. How's it going? Welcome. Yeah, Mortar. Glad to see you here. Okay, so we're starting with very few viewers this morning because I presume everyone's worried about the election this week, which is why I entitled the thumbnail Elections, because it's going to affect your trading one way or the other, the US elections. And everybody's welcome to give their comment and their idea on the election, but just don't fight with each other. And I'm not going to give a point of view whatsoever because it probably wouldn't be a good idea, as this is not a political channel. It's a financial channel after all. But guys, yeah, no, it is going to affect your trading one way or another. It is going to give you a bit of a headache one way or another. The trade of the day was the Nikkei. We're looking at the Nikkei for a long trade. But it looks like the market's kind of just hanging around waiting for something to happen. And obviously we know what that is. Yeah, if anyone's got a point of view, let me know. Let me know what you think. The one thing I did figure out, a lot of people tend to assume things. I certainly noticed that in the comments, but I do get that in real life as well. And assumption is the mother of all evil. It really is a bad thing to do. If you start assuming things about people, or if you assume things about a trade, assumption is the mother of all evil. It will hurt you. Base your life on more factual things, and you'll get more results. If you're guessing or assuming or you're making things up in your head, that's not going to help whatsoever. And I noticed a couple of times that people like to assume. It's such a big thing in the markets, and it's such a big thing in life. And yeah, so watch out for that. Watch out for assumption. It can be quite a pain in the, yeah, we won't say that word. Maybe YouTube will get upset with me. I don't know. We shall see. Yeah. But somebody mentioned that nobody can succeed with price action and trend lines. So somebody said that beginners can never succeed with price action and trend lines. And I looked at that comment and I thought, well, that's quite interesting. So what you're saying is that all beginners should go and pay for a really expensive course, a super expensive course, and go and become a professional trader that way, or go and become a good trader that way, and use all those indicators and all those different systems before you can make money in the stock market. So obviously that person, or those couple of people that said that, obviously missed the point completely. And we all know what the point is. The point is that you're not making money from the system or the squiggly lines. You're making money from your business plan and how you approach it at the end of the day. That's what I always say. You know, it's got nothing to do with your win rate. It's got nothing to do with these squiggly lines. It's got to do with how you manage your trading. Whether you have a system or not doesn't matter. So obviously beginners are not going to be successful in a day or two. I don't know if people don't understand, but it takes a while to get your head around it, and it takes a while to learn the trade, just like any other trade. And this is not an ATM, it's not a cash machine, it's not a casino. It takes time to learn how to trade probability and how to put your business plan in with real money and manage it. It's as simple as that, really. So, from Earth to Cosmos. Hi, guys. Welcome. How's it? Good one. Good one. Thanks, Rob, for all the value to put out there free of charge. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the thanks. A lot of guys have say thank you, and I appreciate it. It makes me feel better. Keeps me going. Keeps me making these videos, particularly. Roy, good morning. Welcome. Good to see you back. Great to see you back. Sorry if I cough a little bit today. Something choked me this morning and put a tickle in my throat there. But yeah, that happens, I suppose, and we'll just have to deal with it on a regular basis. So like I said, yeah, the elections are going to have an effect on the markets. And at the moment, I think what's happening is they've settled and they're waiting to see what's going to happen and which way things are going to go. So at the end of the day, I don't think you're going to get a hell of a lot of good trading for the next day or two. Based on that, the volatility will come with election results and that sort of thing in the US. The US kind of rules the world. Unfortunately, we have to deal with that. And, when markets move, they tend to move and they tend to follow what the US or the US dollar is doing. I still held this this gold trade. It's still in my portfolios. And, I actually held it over the weekend totally against my policies, but it was because I was too late to trade out of it. I did, however, trade out of the Aussie dollar, US dollar, and on Monday morning, you'll know that I called it long. So we're going long on the Aussie dollar, US dollar. That one is long. Okay, so morning, Goro, welcome. Good to have you back. Good to have you back again. So as I say, any comments on those elections are most acceptable, but I won't be commenting. I'm not getting involved in that argument. That's for sure. Not to say that I don't know much about it in the first place. It's not where I live, and it's got nothing to do with me. But it does affect our trading in a rather big way. So when I say I don't trade news events, an event like that, it's kind of important. It kind of makes a difference. And that can affect your trading in a rather big way. I don't know how it affects the guys on the really short time frames. Sorry, as I said, my throat. Yeah, got to clear up today. As I said, those guys on the really short time frames, I don't know how it affects them because as these things happen, these things move quite fast, and even on the 4-hour charts, they move quite fast. So it'll be interesting. Brent crude has gone through, filled that gap that it was supposed to fill. Looks like it wants to go long now, but there is a top here, so just got to watch out for that and see if it breaks through that. Dixie seems to be falling over. It seems to be toppling at the top here. Whether it will continue or not, I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. But it does seem to be toppling over and going down, which means the euro-US dollar should be starting to go up. And there does seem to be a double bottom here, and it has sort of found its way to the upside. Probably going to hit what was a support and is now a resistance, probably hit there, and we'll see what happens there. Whether it turns around and comes back, or it breaks through and it goes up. Great British Pound, US dollar, looks like it still wants to go short. So these two are kind of working against each other, which is unusual. They normally travel together. So you can see it is trying to go up, and it's going up with the euro-US dollar. And if you're ever looking at how much risk to reward you've got on a trade like this, just go to the pair that normally follows it closely and look where that one's resistance is. And you see that the Great British Pound US dollar resistance is really close, and the euro-US dollar resistance a bit further away. That is dangerous for this trade, because if this one turns around, then normally this one will turn around as well. But there's two ways to look at this, because the Great British Pound could also break through, go to the upside. In that case, it's going to give you a fine indicator that it's going to go long. But just remember, you're trading with the US dollar, and the US dollar is going to be heavily affected by whatever election result comes out. And I can't tell you which way or what, but it'll be a knee-jerk reaction, and then everything will come back to normal. But the problem, as you know, with those knee-jerk reactions is they tend to shoot things in a direction and take everything out and then come back. So it's kind of best to sit on the sidelines and just watch what's happening. The US dollar ZAR is falling over as well. Like I said, there is a possibility of an upgrade in South Africa, so the rand might actually strengthen a little bit. And it's probably one of your safer trades. Well, not the US dollar ZAR, but the South African top 40, a nice long trade there. That'll probably do its own thing and just keep on going. That said, if the US 500 does come tumbling down, it's not going to be the greatest news. I don't know which of the candidates will be the worst for that, or for the two. Perhaps you guys can tell me. I don't know. Is in South Africa. Yep, China, I am. And I'm in Cape Town as well. So, yeah, what a place to live. Yep, I definitely live in South Africa. Totally. That's the place to live. I enjoy it here. I ain't moving, ain't going anywhere. No need to go anywhere. lot of my friends moved, a lot of my friends left and went overseas, and quite a few of them actually want to come back. So yeah, once this is in your blood, once Africa's in your blood, it doesn't come out easily. I can tell you that. It sticks. How's it, Daniel? Good to see you, man. Another fellow South African there. How are you doing, Daniel? What do you think of the election in America? What's going to happen there? Right, so you see what I say. Here's old gangster. He says, nice move. He moved to England and the weather's rubbish. Totally. You can keep that, eh? Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun one today. That's why I said to everyone, trade with caution for the next day or two. I'm sitting on the sidelines for the next day or two and watching the action, because there's going to be so many knee-jerk reactions up and down. I am still sitting in this gold trade. There's not much I can do about that. The way I see it, it's still in structure. If it trades out, it trades out. If it trades in, it trades in. That's fine. Well, here it is. It's in the funded trader account. So we're sitting on this gold trade. That's all we're sitting with at the moment. Nothing else. I'm not sitting on anything else. I don't trust what's going to be happening in the markets in the next day or two. So we'll just sit and see what happens and see if anything goes. I did call the Aussie US dollar long for you guys, but just be careful with these elections going down. Like I said to you, I can't tell you which candidate will cause it to go up or down. And I don't know much about their politics, and I don't want to say too much about it either. And then I also called the Nikkei as a long trade today, because it's kind of, it does tend to maybe follow US a bit, but it kind of doesn't. It's away from it, and it's on the other side of the world. So it might not be too affected by what happens over there today. But everything else will be. Everything else will be destroyed by whatever happens over there. Jose, it's just my luck that gold is developing a head and shoulders, Daniel. And when I say that, that's all I need, eh? But yeah, okay. If it takes it out, it takes it out, eh? It takes it out, it takes it out. It's one of those things. It looks like it wants to fall down, and yeah, well, we're holding it. We're seeing if I just, sometimes you just get a gut feel, and you look at things and you think, maybe it might just go the other way. So we'll just hold on to it and see what happens, see how it goes. That would be an interesting one. Indian Wise, greetings, Rob. Thanks for all the videos you do and share. Much appreciated. It's an absolute pleasure. As I say, I always enjoy doing them, and you guys keep me going, actually, with your kind words and friendly thank yous. It brings me back to the screen again and helps me to carry on trading and keep on going. Well, to carry on making videos. Sorry, trading I'll do anyway. It helps me to carry on making videos. Oh gosh, I said the wrong thing there. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I actually did pay 27.50, I think, Daniel, and now I'm down. So what's let me have a look at the funded trader. Opening price was even worse, 27.56. So yeah, it is one of those things. It is what it is, and it's going in that direction. I'm hoping for that to go up to 28. That was my plan. Look at the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, please. Morning, everyone. Morning, Matthew. And gangster once again, New Zealand US dollar. It's very similar to the Aussie dollar, US dollar, by the way. But let's have a look at the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. And it's pretty much the same as the Aussie dollar, US dollar. If I look at this, the way I see it, it's a long trade. If I look at the picture, I'm looking at a long trade here. Okay, let's have a look. It is bearish all the way down. It's been bearish for a long time. But this has hit a major support. Most likely, it's hit a major support. But let's go and have a look, shall we? put it on the day chart, put it on the line chart, and draw your levels in. Okay, where's our levels? There's a level right there. It's a nice level, eh? Yo, this is a really nice level. Okay, so I'll be happy with that. That's fine. That's a nice support level. There's your support. Now let's draw a resistance in, and this. You know what? The New Zealand dollar, US dollar is trading more in a range than the Aussie dollar, US dollar. So it's actually probably a better trade if I look at it. And okay, let's have a look at the candles. On your day chart, this is trading in a range, quite a big range. And it's been bearish from the resistance. It's come down to support. Best case scenario, it'll come down to the 59 or to this low here at 58, 54. So your risk to reward on a short is very, very poor unless you have a big break to the downside. If we go back to the 4-hour charts and we have a look at it there, there's a bigger picture for you, very similar to the Aussie dollar, US dollar. It has come down all the way. It has been in a bearish trend. But now if you were to take a short at this point, your reward is that size and your risk is that size. So you don't want to take a short here. I'd wait for a long, but what I would do on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar right now is either wait for it to get down to the main support before I take my long, or you see there's a double top there. I'd wait for it just to get above that double top. So yeah, the 60 level, 60.2, then take my long from there, because effectively then structure breaks, and it goes on to the long side. And then you've got quite a lot of reward and quite a lot less risk. And I'd put my stop loss just below this support area down here. And that'll be your best bet on the New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar. So you took a buy last night. Excellent. That I see that. Okay, I see your comment now that you took a buy last night. And that's fine. Actually fine with that. There's a nice green candle there, and there's a good chance that it's going to go to the upside. Like I said to you, I am kind of bullish on that because it runs very closely with the Aussie dollar, US dollar. And the Aussie dollar, US dollar is, I've called along on that on Monday. I think it's going to go long. So yeah, you're not in a bad place. I would have waited for it just to get above that and just break that structure, but it's okay. The worst case scenario is going to come down to this support and then continue on long. So hopefully your stop loss is quite far down and not too close to this whole area over here. And then you'll make some money on this, because if you look at the Aussie dollar, US dollar as well, very much a similar pattern, but I added in another level here, which was kind of obvious to me, and it's got a very similar pattern to the New Zealand dollar. If I take that level out, it'll look almost exactly the same, and I'm calling this, definitely calling this a long trade out of here to the upside. So there you go. Perfect. That's a good trade. Hi Matthew, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Would you get trades back up to 10 if 2 have stopped out? Don't base your trading on specific rules regarding how many trades you've got, or don't be too stringent on that sort of thing. If you've got 2 trades and they're working, great. If you've got 10 trades and they're working, great. And if you're on 10 trades and there's an 11th trade that comes up, don't go, ooh, I can't take that because I got 10 trades. No, if you've got enough money, take the 11th trade, take the 12th trade. You know what I mean? Don't base your trading on rules like that. You can have a general rule of, I would like to have 10 trades open, okay? Or I'd like to have 5 trades open, or, you know, it's the same as investing. I'd like to own 10 equities on any particular account. And I'll just stick to those 10 because I'll know them well and I'll just keep investing in them and that sort of thing. Similar sort of rule, but it's general. You don't have to stick to it 100%. So if you've got 2 trades open and they're doing well, that's great. Don't try and force another 2 trades in, or another 5 trades or 8 trades because you need to have 10 trades. Remember, let the market come to you. Don't chase the market. The minute you start chasing the market, that's when you start to see your... Okay. So let the market come to you. It'll come to you eventually. And as I said, like, for example, with the elections coming up in the US now, it's not a good idea to actually be too deep into the market over the next 2 days. As I told everybody a few minutes ago, I've got one trade open at the moment, and it's gold and it's losing. And I'm not really concerned about it, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of volatility coming, and volatility is good when you want to make some bucks, but it can also go against you because it'll be knee-jerk reactions when these elections start to take hold. So just be very careful of that. Be very careful of what's coming. Look at this US 500. It's basically just sitting around here waiting. It's waiting for something to happen. The Dow Jones just, okay, it's fallen back a bit. It's a little bit nervous. There's nothing said about it. It could like shoot to the north, you know what I mean? The NASDAQ, the Tech 100 is just sort of sitting around here. There's not much going on, guys. It is moving around, but you can see there's undecided. There's a lot of undecided trading here. A lot of people not comfortable with what's going down, and the US dollar is going to play a big part here. So just keep an eye out there for that. Are we almost on 7K subs, Daniel? Gee whiz. I can hardly believe it, eh? It's running like crazy. But that's good. That's good. We're growing. We're growing as a community, and that's what we need. And I never thought that this community would grow to this level, based on the fact that from what I could see on YouTube in general, was people love the guys that promote that you can drive Lamborghinis and you can make $1 million in a day and throw the cash around and make the stock market look like a casino or an ATM somehow. And people love that. And then they love the little 5-minute charts, you know, little lines going up and down and that sort of thing. So I honestly thought that my channel sort of telling people what the situation is was not going to be that successful. I thought people would probably work against it and be, you know, like, oh no, we're not interested in that story because that's the truth. We're not interested in that. And I'm actually very pleasantly surprised that there's a lot of intelligent people out there that can see the picture, and that's what keeps me going. And when I see all the thank yous and all that, that just keeps the channel. That's why I keep on going and keep on making these videos, and I enjoy doing it because I see the sort of happiness behind it and the help that it's putting out there. It's important. So great, thanks, Daniel. It's yeah. I don't see it at a loss. Then you just. Good morning, Rob. Many thanks for videos. It's a shame you don't do more live streams. Maybe you can consider that for next year. Yeah, look, like at the end of the day, yeah, I hear you. You know, more live streams, but it's. I'll look at it. I'll definitely look at it, and I'll see how things go, and I'll see how things pick up. But how can I put this nicely? I have a life. You know, I got a lot of things that I do still do, and trading is one of them. As you know, trading doesn't have to take up 24 hours of your day. You do have to keep an eye on it, but you can go in the morning, you can choose your trades, you can take your trades, you can let it run. Gives you time to do a lot of other things as well. But if I have to run these live shows every single day, it's going to take a big chunk out of my economy. So I have to watch that. I have to be careful with that. I would like to be able to do it for you, but let me see how things go. Let's see. You know, people think you make millions out of YouTube. You really don't. And I'm just trying my my level best to get the message out to you guys while trading and making a living at the same time. So yeah. Wow, so you've got a stats link on Social Blade, tells you everything. Oh, well, I do get the stats. I've got my YouTube studio, which gives me all the stats. It gives me all the rundown, gives me all the settings and whatnot. And I do look at it, and I do look at the analytics and what have you, and I do check it out. But I saw I was on 6,000 odd. I didn't realize I was that close to 7,000. But obviously, I should probably look at it a lot closer and check what it's doing. I really should. But I do check it out. I do look at it, and I saw it's like over 6,000 something. It was going well, and I had my weekly rundown that they give you and everything. I was quite impressed. I really was quite impressed to see that, and I was actually quite shocked to see it, to be quite honest with you. But I really didn't realize it was that close to 7K already. That must have been pretty recent. Okay, that's fantastic. No, that's great. Yeah, no, I actually with YouTube they actually give you quite a nice studio. They give you quite a lot of information, huge amount of information, and then I also have this. Is it vidIQ? It's totally free. Well, they do have a paid one, but I got that as well. It helps you with information and what have you. So there's a lot of information available for the channel, and I look at what. But my main focus on the channel is what people are looking for, what you guys need, what kind of stuff would be useful to you, and what kind of information would be useful to you, that sort of thing. So that's my main focus when I look at the analytics and the statistics and that sort of thing. Is am I wasting your time, and or am I giving you some valuable information? Is it something useful to you? Do I need to improve the videos anywhere, make them better? What can I do to make them better? Where's the drop off? You know, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of stuff that I do look at on the YouTube videos to make them better for you guys. Where I do fall short is, yeah, I didn't really look at how many subs there are. You know, Daniel, all my years of trading, there's been a lot of interest in trading. Everybody's always been interested in trading. It's not just recent. It's been around for a long time. But I must say, you know, that there has been an explode in the trend, with a lot of guys coming in with, I don't know if it was ICT that came in and made a big splash, or what it is, and all these guys coming in with the 5 minutes and the scalping and that sort of thing, and promoting that trading is like a casino. So a lot of people did see sort of there's an option here, but I think a lot of it came with, you know, the employment situation in the world and the way employment is done these days. People that were off work during the bad times, and they found that trading was out there. So a lot of people got involved with that as well. Okay. Really appreciate all you're doing. Your realistic approach to trading is so cool. How many eyes are open? I always wanted to trade. I just wanted to retire, and that part-time money. That's a huge contributor to that. I follow trends. Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, the stock market is obviously trending. Yeah, that's for sure. But I must say, all the years, every year that I've been trading, there's always been an interest in trading. And a lot of my friends have always been interested in trading. And I think, yeah, Daniel, I think that's what happened when times were bad. That work from home mentality did kick in. And when people had to go back to the office, you know, people don't realize that the worst part of your day working is actually getting in the car in the morning and driving to a place and working there all day away from your home, and then driving back. And it takes time, and especially if your office or business or whatever is far away from your home and that sort of thing. So that takes quite a lot of strain. And a lot of people don't realize that. And then when they found out you can actually work from home, have a home office, that kind of kicked in. But for me, I mean, the thing with it is I've been doing this most of my life, actually, since I was a youngster. Either trading, working for myself, whatever the case, not having a boss. And the difficulty that you have to get around psychologically is when you had a job, the end of the month was cool and the weekend was cool. It was great. Public holidays were excellent. When you have your own businesses, or you're working for yourself, or whether you're just trading, weekends become problematic. You know, you can't earn money. The end of the month becomes a difficult time because you've got bills to pay, and you've got to make sure that the money's come in, or you've got to pay salaries or something to that effect. So that becomes a nightmare, and holidays become a pain as well because you can't work, you can't make money, or your turnover goes down, or whatever the case. So it's a completely different mindset to what you used to have if you were working for someone or getting a salary. And look, I was lucky because I got used to it very early in life, but I'm pretty sure that it takes some getting used to. And even after so many years, it still takes its toll. You know, when you're coming to the end of the month and you're looking at the picture and you're thinking, have I made enough money? Has it worked out well? Has it been a bad month or a good month? And and you've got commitments, lots of commitments to worry about. Matthew, Rob, what even is scalping? Okay, let me explain scalping. That's the best way to explain it. It's just terminology that people use, okay? But effectively, and don't even worry about names of things and even supply and demand, that sort of stuff. As long as you know where the money is and how the squiggly lines are working, that's great. But what scalping is these guys trade on a very low time frame. Say, for example, like the 1 minute, the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, that sort of thing, right? And instead of holding a trade like we would, like a tortoise, and waiting for it to play out at a certain point and taking a decent profit and putting a risk level in and saying it's 2 to 1 and we're going to make twice as much as we lose, then what scalpers do is they'll take a trade because the trade's moving on a candle, and let's do that. Let's say you're on a 1 minute candle here, and I'm just going to have to make this really, really huge quickly. So just excuse me for a second while I do this for you. And then I'll have to put it all back again, but that's fine. We'll do that. All right, so here's a 1 minute candle, right? Just ignore the big bar here. And it's moving around. So what a guy will do here is he'll say, if it goes below this level, I'm going to sell. And if it goes above that level, I'm going to buy. And I've got a moving candle here. I've got a candle that's moving. So what they'll do, a scalper, is let's say he sells here. So he sells at 66.09 and he watches it. It gets to 66.07 on a short and he sells it with 2 or 3 points profit. And he's trading maybe $200 a point or $100 a point or whatever the case. And it's quick, it's in and it's out, in and it's out. That's scalping, right? So he's not really working on a proper risk strategy or a proper idea of which way the market's going. He's getting into a trade based on some kind of candle pattern, and he's going to take that trade. Let's say he takes that long and he's going to wait for it to get to there. He's going to sell it at 66.10, and that's it. I mean, there's really no stop loss plan. There's nothing. It's just quick in, quick out, scalp. A lot of those guys, 99% of them lose, but on YouTube they all win. So I don't know how they do that, if they only show you the winning trades or what. But yeah, you see, we would have lost there. Look at that, it's gone the other way. Oh, it's gone back up again. That's how quickly it trades, and it's scalping. And it's like quickly get in, get out, and there's no. So what happens with that is you'll make 9 trades with a $10 win, and you'll have 1 trade with $1,000 loss, like I always say in my videos, and that'll put you in a, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, about a $900 loss. So you're not profitable then, because you see what happens with the scalpers is they scalp, win, okay, and then they take a big loss, like one of those big gargantuan candles come up, and then all that money they made is gone plus more, and then they never get out when they're losing because they don't want to lose. And yeah, scalping is not a great idea, but that's what scalping is. Just, I hope that explains it a little bit better. Look what happens when you go to the proper time frames. Let's find our time frame again. Goodness me. Okay. There we go. That looks a bit more realistic again. And that's the 4-hour time frame. So we trade like tortoises. I mean, there was a group once called the Turtle Traders, and you know that they only used to have a 20% win rate. The Turtle Traders, 20%. They would only win 2 trades out of 10. Can you imagine? And they were one of the wealthiest trading companies in the world. Think of that. Just think about that. So a win rate, if you asked them what a win rate was, they would have laughed at you. They would have rolled on the floor laughing. 2 trades out of 10 was their average, man, that they would win. The rest of the trades, they lost. But they had a business plan. They knew that the winning trades were gargantuan winning trades. That's what they did. That's how they made money. And that's why I play this game, is because I learned about those guys along the way. And I was impressed by that, really impressed. And then the light comes on and you're like, wait a minute, it's got nothing to do with charts and lines and scalping and blah, blah, blah. It's got to do with how you manage the money and you're looking for the big win. You know, that's what it's all about. The last time I got in a Ferrari, Daniel, I took it around the track and track day. I've given up on sports cars completely. I couldn't get my head in because of the crash bar, and I've just gotten too fat and too big and too heavy. So, yeah, no. And then it's embarrassing getting out of the car at my age. I don't know if you guys know about that, but when you get to my age and you try and get out of those cars, whew, that's always fun. Always fun, yeah. And it's expensive to crash one of those cars too. Yeah, that's fantastic. No, I was fortunate enough to get a course and drive around the track with Jackie Schechter. It was quite a lot of fun. Did you know he's deaf? It's interesting, eh? So he can't even hear you when you scream. Yeah, no, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. So with the US elections on, I wonder if they're still gonna be going on Thursday, what's gonna be happening then? Because we're gonna have the live show on Thursday. And we're gonna be talking about the election still at that time. So I don't know if it's gonna help us in any way whatsoever. Yeah, you don't get out of those cars, you fall out of those cars totally. It's crazy. The older you get, the higher the car you need. Yeah, totally. Yeah, gold is failing at the moment, but let's hope it goes up to 28. Let's see. Brent is going up, eh? Brent is actually going up. Sure. Oh yeah, I was back to that story where the guy said that beginners don't succeed with trend lines and support and resistance. You know, when I opened the show, I was talking about that. And the guys really missed the concept, eh? The guys have really missed the concept when they say that. How they expect, I don't know what they expect beginners to do. They expect them to get into the market and succeed immediately with some kind of strange system or what. But someone actually commented that beginners cannot succeed with this kind of system. And I think this is probably the simplest system on the planet. There's no complication to it. Probably one of the easiest things in the world to do as far as the system goes. What holds beginners back, what holds everyone back, is the psychology of trading and how you trade with your mind and how you approach it. That's what holds everyone back. It's got nothing to do with these lines. These lines are easy. I mean, anyone can work with the lines. Anyone can put any system in place. And like my last video said, you can trade with any system on earth. You can make any system work for you. If you just approach it correctly and you just manage your risk correctly, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. There's no worries there. Just get that right and you'll be okay. Have you gone long on the Tech 100 there, Matthew? Let's have a look. Okay. Look, the thing about the NASDAQ is it's long, and the tech has been strong for a really long time. The only thing you have to worry about trading with the tech, with the NASDAQ, let me call it the NASDAQ, is it's very fast and very volatile. So if you're comfortable with that, it's a good trade. The reason I prefer the US 500 is it trades a little bit slower. But the tech is very strong. It's very bullish. It has been very bullish for quite a while. But what you got to watch out for is there is a bit of a topish area up here, which seems to have developed. We'll draw it in just so that you can see it. Okay, just so that we've kind of got it there and we can see what's going on there. But I'm not too concerned. It's not the end of the world. And there is a bit of, okay, there's a straight line support. Let's just draw it in as well, just so that we got it there. But more important than that, what I see was a nice trend running through here. So, okay, it is a bit off. Well, it's fine. We'll draw it there. It's fine. Not too concerned about that. Okay. Let's see what we've got here, just for interest's sake. Oh, did I draw that on the 4 hours? My mistake, guys. Ooh. Totally. But it's okay. That actually looks fine on the day chart as well. That worked out quite well. So no worries there. Okay. I actually drew that on the 4 hours and it worked out. Okay. It's unusual. Yeah, so that, you see it's gone up, bounced off that support, trend support, gone up, gone into a bit of a range, which is good because it's bouncing off that trend support again. Probably head to the long side. Just be careful of the top side here, 20,500. It looks like it's a little bit iffy in that area. But it is bullish and it is long and you've taken the right trade. Let's put it that way. Like I say, I'm just staying away from the stuff because of the politics that are going on over there and the elections and that sort of thing. I think it's just going to bounce things around a bit. Put your stop loss down below the low. I take it your stop loss will be somewhere down there at the 19.5. And yeah, your take profit is going to be a bit close. Whether it will break through that or not, we don't know. We'll have to see. It's a good long trade. There's nothing wrong with a long trade. It's a good long trade, Matthew. Quite happy with that long trade there. You probably took it on the green candle, but you know, the trouble with that candle is it is an undecided candle. It's not really a strong green candle. So hopefully the next one's a bit more green. Let's just have a look what it looks like on this side. NASDAQ. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. Is it actually going to change or is it, oh, there's the US 100. What's going on here? Probably something to do with them. Let's just have a look at this. This is research from the weekend on the US 100. And yeah, it's the same. It looks good. It's coming off that line. No argument from my side. Okay. Draw that up a bit. Yeah, looks good. Looks really nice. I just like to change the color. Okay. Yep. It's a decent trade. Should give you a nice long. But, okay, there is a lot of space down to the bottom here, just by the way. And if you take the long side on the top, you're projecting 21.5 actually, if it breaks through that level. That's not too bad. Might get you there. Okay. So long on the NASDAQ. Cool. It looks all right. Looks fine. Cool. Well, the markets have been sitting overbought for quite a while, so who knows what we'll get this week? Who knows where we'll go? And who knows what will happen? We're always drawing lines on the chart. We spend our lives drawing lines on the chart. Maybe I should do some scalping, put some 1-minute charts on here. We'll do some scalping for Matthew there. lose some money. Because you definitely will. Yeah, so let's see if we can get to 7K subs, because according to Daniel there, we're very close to 7K. Now we were on 6,000 and something. The 7K is quite good. Yeah. So that's decent at least. Yep. I wonder, somebody said that, that was last week, the $100,000 account and the $5,000 account. Why don't I show people on a $5,000 account rather than a $100,000 account? Because most people don't have $100,000. And like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's just 1% of the account. Just trade 1% of your account on each trade. That's all. It really doesn't make any difference whatsoever whether you trade with $100,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. Just work it out. You're just going to trade with smaller amounts. Like on this funded trader account, we trade with smaller amounts and smaller risk because it is a smaller account. That's it. You know, I did try scalping once. I don't know why, but I did. And it was a mistake. Clearly, it was a mistake. Because who in their right mind actually thinks that they can call a market on a 1-minute chart? Who in their right mind thinks they can actually work out which way a market's going to go on a 1-minute chart? You're basically gambling. You're betting on which way it goes. You're like basically looking at it and saying, oh, looks like it's going to go up now. Goes up, you know. I don't know. I can't see the logic behind it or how it works. Or I've looked at it a few times. Like I say, I tried it. So I've tested everything out. I've even tested out a lot of the different systems on the market. Even the Ichimoku, I can't even pronounce it. That was a wonderful system. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, this looks amazing. Let me give it a try. Yeah. It's not complicated. It's actually easy. But it overcomplicates things. It's a lagging indicator again. And just keep it simple. Just look for the green bars and the red bars. Take your trades, manage your risk. That's it. Indian-wise, which broker do you particularly use? Understand one thing. Which broker I use and which broker you use might be two totally different things, because I use a broker that pertains to South Africa and I use a broker that pertains to the USA. And I use a broker that pertains to the UK, right? In South Africa, I trade with GT, and they're my favorite, and I've been around with them for a long time. And the reason I stay with them is because they're probably one of the biggest in South Africa, and they've looked after me, and I get good swaps, good trades, good rates, good everything. So they're owned by Purple Capital, which is basically a UK-based company, and they're trustworthy. And they also run Easy Equities, which is the investment company for investors. If you want to invest in stocks, I've actually got a link in the descriptions for Easy Equities. For the South African guys, especially, particularly, you can invest all over the world with them at an extremely low rate. And you can also take partial trades. You don't have to take complete trades. It's not geared, it's investments. You can invest in stocks anywhere in the world. So they own that as well. And those are all also linked directly to particular bank accounts. If you just want to transfer money in, it's easy on your phone. So yeah, no, that's my favorite broker, GT. I enjoy those guys in South Africa. Overseas, there's so many to choose from. But I mean, for example, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, you're probably going to choose Oanda. You know, I don't know who you're going to choose if you're in Germany. I don't know. There's so many different ones. You got to look at where you are and what country you're in, and then look for the best broker that's going to give you the best deal. There's a cost to every trade you take. Look for the broker that's going to charge you the best price, but also give you the best service, one that's been around for a long time. Brokers, it's a personal choice. I've seen a couple of really pro traders using brokers that you'd look at them, they've been around for 100 years and they don't offer anything. And you think, why would he trade with it? Because he's been with them for so long, they probably give him the best deal on earth. And older traders like myself don't need a lot of stuff. We don't need a lot of technical jargon and what have you. We just need a chart. We just need a price. We need a buy and sell capability. And, it's not that important to us to have all the bells and whistles and fancy fandangled stuff. So to us, it's more about swaps and costs and things like that and what have you. And if you're in the Americas, you got so much choice. Just have a look around and see what's available to you. There's lots in America. There's so many in America. In fact, if you go into Trading View, you can actually click on the trade button at the bottom, I think, and you can get a whole bunch of there's a button down there that gives you a whole bunch of brokers that are available, and you can just play them up against each other and work on which one you feel has got the best reputation. And also look at what state you're living in. You say you're in the Americas, look at what state you're living in and what state that particular broker's in, or what town, or are they close by? Because what I liked about my South African broker was I could go for lunch with them and I could meet them face to face and that sort of thing. And that also, you could go to functions with them, have a drink with them. It's nice. It's good stuff, And if your broker's on the other side of the world or the other side of the country, it becomes difficult for you. Yeah. So look at that. Awesome on stuff, trying to keep it up. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I will, obviously. So yeah, no, anyways, look at that. Look at, I'm not going to tell you which broker to go for specifically. Just choose one that suits you best in your town, in your area, people that you can hang out with and meet. It really helps, okay, at the end of the day. And see if they've got investment options for you as well. You don't have to go to another bank or another broker or whatever the case. It's handy to have more than one broker. It's handy to have one or two if you want to split the money, but be very careful of doing that, because this has happened before where I've been trading with one broker all the time. And then I go and I have maybe made quite a decent profit on that broker. So I think what I'll do is I'll split my options and I'll open another brokerage account and put some money there. And then for some other odd reason or another, you just tend to have, I don't know if it's bad luck or you're just unlucky with that broker, and you just kind of start losing on that brokerage, and just, you get used to one thing and you tend to stick with it. So that's happened to me before. And also the contract sizes can get confusing. If you do choose more than one broker, try and choose brokers that give you similar contract sizes on everything. And, not some will give you mini contracts, and some gives you normal contracts, and it just confuses the hell out of your trading. Watch out for that as well. So, yeah, I now stick to basically 3, and that's it. That's me done. Yeah, makes sense. Although I tend to doubt brokers who are apt to making themselves that accessible in terms of meetings in person per se. It depends on the broker, and it also depends on their size, and it depends on your size, I think, as well, and your trades. And are you what they look at? For example, in my case, they were looking at, this is a person who's, I can't call myself a professional trader because I'm not a floor trader, right? But I'm a seasoned trader. I'm a trader who's been around for a long time. I trade for a living. I do trading, and trading is my game. So the broker looks at that and says, well, those are the oaks we target. And there's a number of oaks that trade with a company that are those oaks. I've met them, and we go for drinks and stuff. So that is something they look at. So if you're just a new entry with maybe less importance to them, and everyone's important, but they probably look at the scale of who they're dealing with. If you're a person who's doing this as a sideline with very little money, they're not going to take you out for lunch. But if you're putting a lot of money into their account and you're doing this permanently, they're going to look at you in a different light, and you're going to get a different deal. And obviously, they're going to want to meet you, and they want to keep you as a client. So I'm not trying to bring anyone down. I'm just trying to look at it from their perspective, who they're dealing with. Now, if you're in America, which is a much bigger country with a lot more business, then maybe even more so. So you can't expect them to be taking you out if you're not big time in their eyes. Let's put it that way. So that's obviously, that's just how it is. But yeah, you can still have a relationship with them, particularly with a guy on the phone. Often you can phone the guys, you can speak. There's normally someone that's assigned to your account, and you can speak to that person. You can get advice from that person. Well, not so much advice, but they'll let you know if something's happening. They'll let you know if things are going good or bad. If you can't get in and out of a trade because of some connection problem on your computer, you can phone him and say, "Can you help me out?" And he'll do the trade for you. Things like that. So you will have some kind of connection, always. No brokers block you unless you've done something insanely wrong. So I asked, how many brokers is a good safe, just in case they block you or rules change? Nobody blocks you. Rules don't change. Unless you're talking about funded accounts. Funded accounts are something completely different, okay? That's a different ballgame altogether. That's where you have rules and you have regulations, and they close your account and open your account and that sort of thing. And as I say, funded trading was not my thing until I started this YouTube channel, and we did it just to see how things would go. And we're doing it based on a bit of a thing together. So the only reason we've got a funded account is effectively so that we can do this and figure out if funded accounts can work with our system, because somebody said it wouldn't. So we took the account and we found out that you can use the system with a funded account. But funded accounts work on a totally different basis. So for me, I've never really invested a lot of time into funded accounts. So I couldn't tell you how many funded accounts you should have on a safe bet or whatever the case. Maybe 2, I don't know. But on a cash account, you only need 1. You only need 1. And the only reason you might have 2 or 3 is because you want to split the money a bit, so that just in case one goes down or goes bankrupt or takes all your money out. And that's another point that you need to cover, is don't put all your money in the trading account. Put what you want to trade with in the trading account. That's your trading account. Then if you want a bigger trading account, maybe you want to open another brokerage and put some money there just to split it up a bit. But when your trading account makes a decent profit, take the profit out and put it in your bank account. That way, if the broker disappears, they don't disappear with all your dosh. Just keep that in mind, by the way. Okay. And like Daniel says, it's all business in the end. Yeah, that makes sense. I see where you're coming from, and I think I would be the same way. Say that at least. Yeah, no, that's the way it is. It's just business in the end. It's all about business, and you're just looking for the best business deal. Just treat this as a business, not as a hobby. It can be a hobby. Obviously, it can be a hobby, but if you're going to do it full time, it's a business. Treat it as a business. So treat the people that you deal with as a business, and particularly the brokers. So it's a business at the end of the day. It's not a thing in passing. It's a real thing. So watch out for that, and keep that in mind when you're trading. Really keep that in mind when you're trading. It's important. It's really, really important. I'm just checking something here. What's going on? Is there something? Oh, I know what's wrong with my internet. I've got a live stream going. That's what's going on. Okay, no big deal. Just checking something out here. Okay, cool. All right, it's a live stream. Wondering, why is the internet running so slow? Yeah, okay, no, it's not actually. It's just there's a live stream dragging a lot of it off. But yeah, it is quite a decent connection, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just wondering why things take long to load. But they don't usually. Usually when I want to load something like this here or whatever, it loads usually quite quickly and it doesn't give us a problem. What's happening with the gold trade? Where's the gold? Still failing a little bit, eh? Not giving us a good day. And it's below that level, but there is that's my stop loss actually, and there's a big support level here, but I don't want to change the stop loss now. It is what it is. That's what I chose in the beginning. I must have had my reasons for putting it there, so we leave it there, and that's it, end of story. I obviously decided that if it got to there, the trade would be invalid. I think I probably had a trend running through here or something to that we won't worry about that. We'll just see what it does. And if it does it well, yeah. The market will always lull you into a false sense of security. Always remember that. Just when you think things are going your way, the market will lull you into a false sense of security. You know, one guy once said, if you want to take a trade, let's say you want to take this. Now, nothing against Matthew's long trade. It's a good trade. I'm just going to say here, one guy, older guy, well, he's gone now, but in my day, he said to me, you know, Rob, if you want to take a trade, and you see the trade here, and you want to take this trade at 20,000, you're ready to take the trade, and it looks good, and it's on the support, and you've put your stop loss in, he said to me, do you know what? Wait till it reaches the stop loss and take the long trade from there. You know, you'd be surprised how many times that worked. It's actually quite interesting, to be honest with you. So many times you wait for the stop loss and it actually plays out. Just thinking of this gold trade here, you know, it's going to come down and take out my stop loss and probably go long. But that said, as Daniel said, there is a head and shoulders, it looks like, might be developing here. So luckily we have a stop loss in place, which can protect us from any serious losses, because let's be honest, that's probably why the stop loss is there, is because of that head and shoulders. If that plays out and develops, it's probably going to go all the way down. So yeah, that's probably why I put the stop loss in that area. Makes sense. Okay, sometimes I can't remember what I did and why I did it, but yeah, it makes sense. So the DAX, European shares slip at open with US elections in the spotlight. That's the news. So there's a bit of a slippage, but that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. All it means is people are a little bit undecided and a little bit nervous. And as I say, there's going to be a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction when all this opens up and all this happens. I just sit here and I don't even really care who wins the US election. It means nothing to me. But it's going to be interesting to know. But obviously, everyone wants to know who wins. But at the end of the day, it's got no bearing on me who wins. It's America's politics. What happens there happens there. What happens here happens here. It does affect us in the long run, somewhere down the line, you know. But it's no big deal. I don't think it will make much difference either way, to be honest with you. Particularly to the financial markets and particularly to the world. It never really does change much, a little bit, but it's all in people's minds, man. It's all in people's minds. You know, who's ever running the country is running the country. That's it, end of story. But I don't want to get into politics. Yeah, it wouldn't be good. Okay, so the VIX is up. Yeah. Yeah, totally, Matthew. Gold, that makes me feel so bad. Gold trade could be short sooner than we think. Yeah, look, I took the long based on the fact that this has been long in structure for a long time. But if it breaks the head and shoulders, then the structure's gone and gold's gone. Then gold's coming all the way down to 2650. So that's why I've got the stop loss in place. What I should actually have below it is most likely a buy order somewhere down here. But what I'll do, if it breaks structure, I'll wait for the retest and then I'll take a short. That's fine. That'll get me the money back that I'm going to lose. Perhaps more. Yeah. So we shall see. Actually, Matthew, I hope you're wrong because obviously I want to make a profit. I'm hoping gold goes long, man. Oh gosh, yeah. No, that's how it goes. It's funny how often, especially when I've seen the market crashes in the past as well, gold is supposed to be a safe haven trade, and you'll be surprised every single time when the US 500, the S&P takes a knock, gold tends to go with it. Especially when there's hell going on in the markets, then yeah, it tends to follow suit. How's Bitcoin doing, by the way? What's happening with Bitcoin? Okay, so that is sort of correcting. I hate cryptocurrency, man. I'll never invest in it, and I don't like it. And somebody paid me in crypto the other day, and they paid me in TRC, Tether, and the money's lost. It's gone because the wallet doesn't support it, so that money is gone. You know, like, great, wonderful. What's the point? I hate the damn stuff, really. Unbelievable. Never recover. Oh, you can't recover it. It's gone. That doesn't happen in the banking system, but it happens with crypto. Oh no, tough luck. You know, it's gone. It's in the system now. It's gone. Right. Yeah, no. Yeah, you see, that's a good point, Daniel, that you make there, because what I see here is the Dixie's falling over. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see what happens. You know, see if we get a bit of a run. As you say that, we go and look at the Dixie, we get this nice red candle, and we go and look at the gold, and we get this kind of green candle. Doing the inverse, yeah. So, but yeah. But at the end of the day as well, look at this. This has been falling over, and unfortunately so is the gold. So, yeah, that's why I say often it doesn't make sense. It doesn't do what you expect it to do. Be careful with the economists and what they say and how they put things out there. It doesn't always work that way. And very frequently, because money is related to the country and the way they move the money around and the money flows, it's not complicated, but it's also, that's what moves the markets at the end of the day, how their money is flowing around in the country. In fact, most countries don't even need to have a tax system. It's not necessary. You can actually operate a country without a tax system. You don't need a tax system to run a country. So it's just a way of doing things. It's the wool over the eyes thing, you know. They'll give it to you, put it in the pool, and then take it back. Yeah, they could just keep some aside or whatever the case. Yeah, but you have to be really dumb to mess up with a tether deposit, Rob. It's not rocket science. Been doing it for years. Lots of transactions. That's dodgy. Yeah, well, you know, the wallet said they would accept it, and then they said, "Oh no, we don't support that currency on that." It doesn't matter. It's one of those things. Maybe I'm dumb, particularly with crypto, but yeah, it's messed up. So totally. They paid it to that account. The wallet said that could pay it to that account, and then when it got to that account, oh no, we don't support that currency in that account. Oh, God, unbelievable. Really? And now it's lying there. You can actually see it. You can see it lying there, but now can't get it. Nice. Right. Okay. I have to hold what I have. Wait for it to go back in order. Call loss. BTC. Okay, I have to hold what I have, i.e. BTC, wait for it to go back up in order not to incur a loss. Okay. I've just shorted BTC at 69. Okay, that's a good trade. See, the thing when I say, Lotto, about crypto and like what happened to me, and like you say, you shouldn't make mistakes, but the thing is, mistakes happen. They even happen in the normal banking system. When people make payments to people and things go wrong and what have you, it happens in the world. But the real world and banks can correct it. They can fix it. They can sort it out. But in the crypto world, oh, we're sorry. It's a mistake. It can't be sorted out. It's going to lie there forever. You can see it. It's in there. But because that wallet doesn't support that currency in there, then, sorry, doesn't work. Okay. Great. No, it's not even dodgy. It's a genuine transaction that it's blatantly destroyed. So, yeah. I've never liked crypto, never will, and never trust it. But yeah, Bitcoin, I do think it's a short. Doesn't look very strong. It's coming into this area. Looks like it wants to go back down. There is a bearish trend down. Trading it's not a problem. Holding it as an investment's terrible. Yeah, it's a ridiculous thing for me. Somebody's scamming me. Yeah. But yeah, luckily it's not giant bucks. Yeah. Bitcoin, yeah, that does seem to be okay. That does seem to be the only one that is kind of something that will work. I was paid on Tron, and that's where it all went pear-shaped. Yeah. Totally unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, the whole point of crypto, you either do it right, you lose it. Yeah, but that, at the end of the day, that's actually quite a crazy system. It's actually quite a crazy system, totally. If they get it wrong, then, oh well, tough titties, eh? Yeah. Well, that's the way they want to work, then fine. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find a way to recover it from Tron, but it looks like a pretty tricky scenario, but I'm trying to recover it and see. We'll see. We'll see if it's recoverable. You see, that's the trouble. Someone else sent it and someone else was receiving it for me. And between the two of them, there was a miscommunication and I'm the one who loses out. Isn't that just great? Mistakes were made and now I pay. But that's okay. It's crypto. I expected it. I actually wrote it off before I even got it. It's sent to me on, they sent TRC to the TRX network. The wallet supports the TRX network 100%, and they even support the currency, but they don't support that currency, that tether, on TRX. So now the currency is lying with Tron in TRX, and it's not TRX. It should have been TRX, but it's not TRX, so I can't get it. After I said I want TRX, they sent TRC. Now TRC is lying there, and now the wallet says, oh, we support TRX, but we don't support the TRC in the TRX, in the Tron, so sorry. That's the problem. They sent the wrong bloody currency, man. And, oh, what can you do? Now, you see, that's the problem. Mistakes can be made, and people think that mistakes can't be made. Mistakes can be made, and crypto is unforgiving. So, for me, crypto is fresh air. It doesn't exist anyway. Brent oil is trending up from the support. Brent oil is long. Brent oil is a long trade at the moment. It's closed the gap that we had, closed the gap nicely, and it's heading on to the upside. US 500, US 100, and gold all perfectly set up for volatile wick-off spring this week with bear-like traps. Great channel. I'm in from Belfast, Northern Ireland. How's it, Shirt? Welcome, man. Welcome. I haven't heard the word wick-off for quite a while. The wick-off system, yeah. I wonder if I can still remember how to run it. But anyway, yeah, the wick-off system. Very much based on our support and resistance. Or our support and resistance system is very much based on the wick-off springs and the wick-off system and what have you. Very much based on that. Yeah, it's a pain in the backside to have to convert flat to BTC trade, then convert it again back to flat to too many cogs. Yeah, totally, Kokoro. I totally agree with you on that. It's a real annoyance. And there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, they didn't have any BTC or ETH, and then if they'd had BTC, I would have got it ETH as well. They didn't have any, so yeah, now it's gone. Okay. Could be an excuse as well. Who knows? You know. How's it from sunny Florida? Welcome, Chris. Welcome. That's good to see you. Good to see you. Right. So, looking at expecting the wick-off spring. Yeah. This is a nice green candle that's developed here. Let's hope it continues. Maybe we'll get back up to a reasonable level again on there. Brent, I think, will continue on long. Just needs to break through those highs. And thing is, the Dixie does look like it's rolling over, which might be good for gold. Euro, US dollar wants to go up. So, yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see if it goes the right way. Sunny Florida. It's sunny Cape Town as well, eh? We're having a good sunny Cape Town as well here. It's a lovely day. Yesterday was cold, though. We had a strange day yesterday. We had such a beautiful weekend. I was actually out on the beach on Sunday taking a walk. And Monday morning, woke up, dark clouds, rain, typical Cape Town weather, 4 seasons in a day. And we had rain and all kinds of things yesterday. Sure, it was chilly as well. Weird day. And today, beautiful again. Fantastic day. Absolutely stunning day outside today. So, there we go. But yeah, Florida is a beautiful place. Anything that worries me about Florida is you guys have so many natural disasters. It scares the hell out of me. But yeah. It's raining in KwaZulu-Natal. Doesn't stop. Ouch! Maybe it's because it was raining here yesterday. You're in on the Brent and it's just bobbing around like a crisp packet in the ocean. I love that analogy. That's a good analogy. But yeah, it's bobbing around at the moment. But do you know what's happening at the moment, Kokoro, is everything is bobbing around, just waiting to see what's going to happen. Everyone's waiting for some kind of reaction to the US election. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know what they're expecting. I don't know. I mean, if one wins or not the other, I don't even know which way the market's going to tend to fly. I don't know what they're expecting from either of these candidates that they've got in the USA at the moment. So I don't know if who wins and what wins and which way the markets are going to go if that goes well. What I do remember is that when Trump was in charge last time, the markets actually did quite well. The S&P went to its all-time highs. So yeah, it is kind of confusing that they would start thinking that things are going to go bad if he wins or something. Because I don't know. I don't know who's going to do well and who's going to go bad. And I'm going to vote for Jesus and Trump. I don't think he's on the ballot paper. Trump is, but I don't know about JC. I don't think he's there. But I get you. Good luck. Like I said, I'm not getting involved in the politics. I'm not going to comment on who I think should or shouldn't win. It's got nothing to do with me in the first place because it's not my country and what have you. But Here in Africa, we sit and we wait and we watch. And we hope that it somehow works positively towards our towards our trading day and not negatively. But yeah, we shall see what happens, man. We shall see what happens. We'll see how we go. See if we get anything out of it. But it's looking rather ominous at the moment at the markets. Look at that undecided candle over there. Nobody knows whether it's going up or down. Let's see on the Nikkei, small candles, just little candles, US 500, undecided candle. FTSE, well, that one's looking a bit stronger to the upside. I guess the British are more interested in trading. Even the South African top 40's got an undecided, 3 undecided candles sitting here. They don't know which way they're going. It's just like milling around. I think everything's just milling around. That's complete, and the markets only went up because of stimulus printing. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly tell you what's positive and what's negative there. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how things are going to pan out and what's better and what's not better. I really couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. I don't live there. I don't know the candidates. I don't know what it's like living under their rule. I don't know what it's like going to the shops or, anything to that effect in America. So I couldn't possibly tell you. I do have friends living there, and they've all got their point of view. And what's interesting is they have different points of view. So that makes it even more confusing. Because when you speak to one friend, he's talking about this, and you speak to another friend, and he's talking about that. So, and they're both voting for different candidates. So you kind of like wondering what's going on here. And I don't have one or two friends. I got lots of friends there. So it is interesting. And now I've got you guys as well. You will obviously also have loads of differences of opinion. And you guys live there, so you'll know better than me. Yeah, I'm expecting quite big moves. That's why I'm sitting out of the market, apart from this gold trade that I'm sitting in. But I'm kind of just watching from the sidelines because I'm expecting things to go a little bit messy, or to get a little bit messy. If you're a short-term scalper, as we were talking about scalpers earlier, it might be good for you because you're going to get a bit of volatility. So, yeah, let's see what happens. So I'm going to have to cash out just now in a few minutes because I'm going to go, I've got to go to the optician. Got an appointment there because I'm bloody half blind. Things, yeah, when you get older, unbelievable. It's one of those things. It's getting worse. So I got to go and see about some new specs, man. See if we can get that sorted out. Yeah, the things in life. When I was younger, I never would have dreamed that I can't get out of a Ferrari. You fall out of the car. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Who would have thought, eh? That's quite incredible. Yeah. So yeah, I'm dying to take a trade here, but I don't want to do it because I just know that it's going to be a very interesting day, and I think it's going to be a little bit tricky. So just be careful, guys. Just be careful because these events can have quite confusing results. Even if you realize who's going to win that election and you think you know which way the markets are going to go, the market has a way of lulling you into a false sense of security, man. It'll do that. It'll lull you in, it'll suck you in, and then it'll spit you out. So just be very careful. But yeah, that's how we go. It's how we roll. So guys, I'm going to be on my way because I do have to go and sort out my appointment and try and read the numbers, the letters on the wall and all that stuff. See what's going on. I actually had to reduce my license. I had a truck license. I had to reduce it to a car license because I'm half blind in the left eye now. So you're allowed to have a motorbike license with one eye and a car license with one eye, but you're not allowed to have a truck license. And I said to the guy, but the motorbike can do 300 k's an hour and the truck license can do 80. I mean, no, that's how it works. I was like, okay, so I can keep my bike license, my car license, but I can't keep the truck license. Unless I go and get special doctor certificates and all that. I was like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm not going to drive trucks anymore. Done with that. Don't want to do it. Yeah, Rob, any advice for a trader who's lost? I'm so overwhelmed with knowledge and I don't know what to trade any longer. Figured out money management, risk management, but right now I'm closer to quitting. Yeah, you know, everyone's been in this position. And before I go, I'm just going to speak to you because, man, I can understand that feeling of overwhelmed and you just want to quit. And that's why I try and keep it simple here. Try and keep it simple. You've got to understand that it's not about squiggly lines. Not about squiggly lines. And it's not about the system. It's about the mentality. It's about the psychology. And it's all about the business plan. So risking 1% per trade, the same amount on every single trade, and taking 10 trades over time, and hopefully you're going to win 5 and only lose 5, but make more on your winners and lose less on your losers. It's an overall plan, but it's a tortoise plan. It's a slow plan, and it doesn't win easy. Like I said to you, the turtle traders, they used to win 2 trades out of 10, and they would make so much money that no one could keep up with them. So it's not about your win rate. It's not about the trading systems, and that's what hooks you in. You start getting sucked in to all these different systems on the market, all these different strategies. But at the end of the day, the strategies are not going to make, or the systems are not going to make you money. You can use any system on the market. You can use this simple system, you can use no system, or you can use the most complicated system on earth. That's not what's going to make you money. Just watch my last video particularly, and the 2 videos before that maybe, which I explain in detail after the charts, particularly the psychology and the mentality of your business plan and how to trade. Do yourself a favor, go and check those videos out. Go and watch that. It might help you with your mindset. It might help you just switch the light bulb on and understand what it's about. Further than that, if you're looking at, you want to take a break from the trading because it's not working out well for you, you can take a step back from the actual fast gear trading and just look at an investment account like that Easy Equities account. If you're in South Africa, I don't know where you are, where you can just invest money into stocks every month and forget about it. And if you've got time and you can wait 10 years, it'll come back to you. It's called time in the market. And just invest in the stocks. It'll come back to you and you'll be thankful that I told you about that over time in the long run. If you don't have a lot of money, you can put a little bit in every month for the next 10 years, and you'll be surprised how much you're going to get back after the 10 years. You won't even have to work anymore. But that's not trading, that's investing, and that takes time. And that you don't buy and sell those shares. You just buy them and hold them and hold them forever. And you just keep adding to them. Choose 5, choose 10, doesn't matter. Start with 1 or 2 and just keep on adding into them. That's another way to make money. But from the trading side, when you feel like you're overwhelmed and you just keep on losing, I personally, if I lose 2 or 3 trades in a day, I stop trading. Stop trading on that day. Just stop. Because something's wrong. Come back tomorrow. Because if you keep on trading to try and get it back, you know what's going to happen. It's just going to get worse. So if you take 3 losing trades on a day, walk away, come back tomorrow, start again. Start afresh, clean mind, start again. And then try and track the trades the next day. But what I do advise is try and keep it simple. Go and try and look at a couple of my videos where I've shown how to trade with support and resistance the simple way, just with the green chart out of the bar, the red chart out of the resistance, how to draw the support and resistance in. Don't get complicated with fair value gaps and all this other BS, and stop worrying about the names of things in the market. Just worry about your actual trading. Keep it simple. Just trade with support and resistance. Trade with a trend. trade with or trade in a range. Don't even worry about counter trading right now. Just for the time being, just stay with the trend. And for the time being, just stay with the trades in the range and just trade with support and resistance. Go check out my videos which show you that. It'll help you. And then just watch my last couple of videos where I explained to you the business plan behind how you take your trades. And hopefully that will get you back on track. And like I say, don't take too many losing trades in a row. If you're taking 3 trades that are losing trades in the one day, walk away. I do that. If I lose 3 trades in a day, you won't see me again for the day. I'm done. Come back tomorrow. It's your mindset. It's not the system that loses you money. It's your mind that loses you money. Just remember that. And hopefully that will make you feel better. All right. Thanks again, showing the time. Let's take care. Yours, dividends. Yeah, dividends, that's the whole thing. You're going to get paid the dividends as well. Literally, I can't read the technicals for any longer. Like, I don't know what time frame I should focus on, what market structure. Where's the direction of, I was funded once, but now lost it all. I focused too much on FEG's ICT stuff, and that's overwhelming. Okay, so hopefully I've given you a little bit of advice there. For the first thing, the first bit of advice I'm going to give you, dump all the ICT BS, okay? Just forget about it, put it behind you. This is much simpler. And yes, there's all kinds of stories behind the ICT. It's too complicated, too much hassle. Forget about it, dump it. Just go simple, go straightforward. Watch a couple of my recent videos, which might give you a bit of insight. And hopefully you'll understand what I'm trying to get across, that it's not about the squiggly lines. It's about your mindset and how you approach the trade. So you can literally take a trade with nothing on the screen and just guess which way it's going, the way I trade. The reason I put the support and resistance on, the reason I put the price action on is to help you guys have an informed decision. So, you know, you need an optimum trade. You need to have an edge in the market. And, you know, we trade on probability, and the probability of what happened in the past is what's going to happen in the future. But we keep it simple. When it hits a level, we take a trade. When it hits a level, we take a trade. And that's it. Simple as that. And then you can manage your risk around that. Watch my videos on managing your risk. You'll understand what I'm talking about. That's it. And that'll help you. It's a battle between you and only you. Totally that. And please come back on Thursday and we'll talk again. And I'll try and give you a little bit more insight. I really do have to go to my optician now. So please come back on Thursday. Let's talk a little bit more. Let me try and help you past this. On Thursday, I'm here in the afternoon, by the way. On my side, it's the afternoon. In America, it's in the morning. But we'll see if we can help you past it. Okay. ICT is BS. Kiss for the win. No, precisely. I don't want to call it BS, and I don't want to talk any other traders down. Just by the way, there's a lot of traders out there talking other traders down and nailing them and being nasty and whatnot, and that's not necessary. Everybody out there's got something positive to give. Everybody's got good information to give, and maybe they just don't understand that their system is so overwhelming and so complicated that people like yourself, typically trader, you struggling with it, and it's just not working out. You need something simple, you need something straightforward, but what they don't tell you is it's not about the systems. They try and teach you that you need a win rate. You don't need a win rate. You need a system that's going to make you profitable, a business plan, a psychological approach to the market. A lot of people will disagree with me that the market's a 50-50 game, but it is. And the other thing they don't tell you, they teach you that you can learn to trade in a day, and you cannot. It takes a long time to master trading. You can ask anybody on this group. It takes a long time to master trading. You do not master trading in a day, in a week, or a month. It could take you up to 2 years to become profitable. Guys, it's not as simple as they say it is. These guys are lying to you. I don't want to talk anyone down, but you're not going to become profitable in a week unless you are extremely lucky or just a genius. I don't know which, but that won't happen. That takes time. You've got to get around it. You've got to work around it, and you've got to work at it, and you will come right. Okay. Why I haven't learned it here before was BS from ICT for the rest. Got to work on learning stuff. Thanks, man. Okay, so true, the same way I love the ICT, same way I hate him because of ICT. I started to learn trading and the English language as well. You're right on track now, TT. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good trading day. Just be careful, as I say, we're going to have the election thing. Watch out for that. Guys, I've really got to go now. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being on the live show, and I hope I'm going to see you on the live show again on Thursday. Thursday's the US session again. And don't forget to watch the other videos, and especially yourself, Typically Trader. Go and watch a couple of my more recent videos. There was one or two where the sound wasn't so great, and I had to do some adjustments, as you can see. But it's okay. You can still hear me. The main thing is you get the gist of what I'm saying and the information across, and hopefully it will help you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to see you soon. Have a great trading day. Have a lacquer week. Chat soon. Cheers.